Welcome to the Fixture by WICC, presented by Orbitz. As always, I'm your host, Meg Linehan. I'm a national staff writer at The Athletic, covering the NWSL and the U.S. women's national team. All right, Canada has ended the U.S. women's national team's quest for gold, and our neighbors to the north will face Sweden in the Olympic final on Friday. Well, Thursday here, thanks to time zones, while the United States will face Australia for bronze. I've got a quick wrap from the quarterfinals and the semifinals. I'll look ahead to the medal games, plus the latest from the NWSL and more from the U.S. women's national team players' equal pay appeal. Happy August. Let's get it going right here. We might as well start with the United States. While we're talking about the last week of the Olympics, they managed to exercise some penalty kick demons in the quarterfinals, advancing over the Netherlands via the shootout. Now, a lot of storylines coming out of this game, but the biggest one for the United States had to be goalkeeper Alyssa Naeher, who stopped 3 penalty kicks by the time things were done. But in the end, they were undone by a penalty kick, this one in the semifinal against Canada, taken by Jessie Fleming. Now, I do not think that Naeher would have ever stopped this one, but she had to exit the match in the first half after landing on her knee awkwardly. 80 French subbed in, but Fleming's placement was perfect, and Canada is moving on. Sweden marched on in their knockout rounds, first against host nation Japan, then with another close 1-0 result in their semifinal clash against Australia. They're still looking like the team to beat through this tournament, but more on that in a minute. Canada ended Brazil's campaign for a medal in another quarterfinal classic, despite the game ending 0-0 before the two teams went to penalty kicks. While Christine Sinclair did not convert hers, which was a fairly shocking development, goalkeeper Stephanie Labbe came up clutch on the final 2 kicks to help them advance and set up that CONCACAF matchup between the US and Canada. Australia, despite looking very, very shaky heading into this tournament, has made their way to the bronze medal match thanks to knocking out Team GB in the quarterfinals. They never quite found the answer for Sweden in this tournament, even though they did come very, very close in that semifinal. Just 2 matches remain in this Olympics tournament. First, we have the bronze medal match between the United States and Australia on Thursday. If you are on the East Coast, again, I'm sorry, it is your final 4 a.m. wake-up call though, but you might be right to be concerned about this one, considering the United States has not fared well in this 4 a.m. time slot throughout the entire tournament. There is a still medal on the line, Megan Rapinoe said after losing to Canada, and I definitely think this team is going to want to go and win that medal, play their actual game, and find some of that joy they've been lacking this entire tournament. As for Australia, winning bronze would be a huge momentum boost as they prepare to host the 2023 World Cup along with New Zealand. They were looking a little fatigued by the end of their match against Sweden, and defender Ellie Carpenter picked up a red card in stoppage time. Definitely something to watch on their side. And as for gold, we've got Canada versus Sweden. There are legendary players on both sides of this one. Obviously, Christine Sinclair for Canada, but Caroline Seegers earned her name for herself throughout the years too. Now, I've been saying it all tournament, but Sweden has looked like the team to beat since their opening win against the United States. But there might be a little bit of a gift in the pressure being off for Canada. They were already aiming for bigger than bronze. They wanted to change the color of that medal, right? We've heard that a lot, but it's hard to overstate how amazing it would be for them to ensure that Christine Sinclair heads home to Portland with a gold medal to go along with her international goal scoring record. If you're here in the United States, both games will be on the USA Network on Thursday. Again, thanks to those time differences, it's 4 a.m. Eastern for USA versus Australia, and then 10 p.m. Eastern for Canada versus Sweden. So get the coffee ready, get the nap in. It's another long day at the Olympics. Wanted to try something a little different this week when it comes to the NWSL here on the Fixture and highlight 3 major plays that happened this weekend in the league, because all 3 deserve the full highlight treatment here. Now, don't worry, first I'm going to start you off with all of the weekend's results. On Saturday, North Carolina and Orlando settled for a 1-1 draw, then OL Reign defeated Racing Louisville 2-0. On Sunday, Portland picked up a 2-0 win of their own over Kansas City. Chicago picked up a home win over the Spirit 3-1, and Gotham FC came back for a draw against the Houston Dash. Portland still in that number 1 spot with 25 points, with Gotham FC and Chicago both now on 20. Okay, so the highlights. Let's start with Ali Krieger's interception and run through the North Carolina midfield before laying it off to Sydney Leroux for the finish to open up the scoring in this game. I mean, this is a good 30-40 yards here for Krieger to turn on the Jets and go right down the spine of the Courage.
She's understanding right now where the weaknesses lie in this box formation, and we need to get her the ball more as Orlando.
Good step from Krieger. Look at Krieger pushing forward. Ratcliffe harassing her. Krieger for Leroux. It's an opening goal for Orlando. Ali Krieger all the way forward from a right back position. And another goal for Leroux. That's 6 on the season.
Sydney Leroux does such a good job to pull off that line a little bit to be able to time her run for that slip ball. And what a finish. First time, head up, sees the back post open, top class.
Next up, if by some miracle you have not somehow seen this goal from Eugénie Le Sommer yet, well, you're about to have a very good minute or so as you watch her absolutely break some ankles before finishing this one herself to the far post. It's up to 1 million views on Twitter. Yeah, it's really not hard to tell why.
Excellent ball. Le Sommer. Against Simon. A little chop. 2 chops, Le Sommer. What a spectacular goal! Her first for OL Reign. Ozane Le Sommer puts OL Reign in front.
My goodness, we talked about the need for her to have a big game. And this, if this isn't goal of the week, I don't know what is. I love this. She sees that she's in a 1v1 battle, cuts it inside to her strong foot, cuts her back, and then honestly breaks her ankles for a beautiful, beautiful back post finish.
Finally, to flip from goal scoring to goal stopping, this save from Bella Bixby for Portland is just absolutely outrageous stuff. Just full on palming the ball out of the air, catching it with a save so good even Kristen Hamilton had to applaud. A lot of jokes about what Nadine Unger is feeding the goalkeepers out there in Portland, but after watching this save, it's a legitimate question.
Just how the world is going with women's soccer.
Ball ripped across, Bixby! Bixby with a remarkable stop, and that even draws a bit of applause from Pickett too. Whoa!
Last week, I filled you in on the opening brief in the players' appeal in the equal pay lawsuit, but we've got some more major news on this front from Friday. Amicus briefs, which are essentially a chance for outside people and organizations to weigh in on a case to discuss how it affects more than just the 2 parties involved in the lawsuit, which means here it's the players in U.S. soccer. Those were due on Friday. We got some major ones too. 6 in all were filed, but they included ones from the Players Association for the men's national team players, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission itself, which is where this lawsuit originally started as a complaint about discrimination, and more. The brief from the Men's National Team Players Association is the big one though, since it's the most visible way that they've thrown their support behind the women's national team, arguing that the women shouldn't just get equal pay, they should get more. Their brief opens with a slightly sarcastic call out to one nation, one team before stating, for more than 30 years, the Federation has treated the women as second-class citizens, discriminating against the women in their wages and working conditions and paying them less than the men's national team players, even as U.S. soccer has enjoyed a period of extraordinary financial growth. Now, as for U.S. soccer, they asked for their response and this appeal to be pushed back until September. That was granted. So it continues on. Thanks for joining me here on The Fixture. It is August now, so while you still have time to pick up your tickets to the Women's International Champions Cup in Portland, you've got to get on it pretty much right now. You can watch the Thorns, Houston Dash, Lyon, and Barcelona battle it out at Providence Park. Tickets are on sale right now at internationalchampionscup.com. As always, stay tuned to all things women's soccer by following at ICC Women on Twitter and Instagram for all the latest. You can like International Champions Cup on Facebook. You can always find me at It's Meg Linehan. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next week.